Hello, welcome back. This is some more warframe builds. And not just any builds, not the pro builds, not the best builds, my builds, fun builds, things that I enjoy. And today, we are going to be talking about one of my favorite frames, Ash Prime. Or, I suppose I should just say Ash, but my particular Ash is a Prime. Why do I love Ash? Because his whole business as an assassin, if I remember correctly, an Orokin political assassin, is that he can look at one person and think, "I'm going to end your entire career," or he can look at a group of people and think that currently there's about to be a massive liquidation in this house or in this warehouse. And for me, that's great. Single target damage just goes crazy, or it just feels like wiping out an entire room. It's just whatever he wants to do. Now I'm a ninja in a tree. So, without further ado, let's talk about my personal build with Ash. First off the gate, you're going to notice something different for those who know about Ash. One of my abilities is different. I'm using Marked for Death as opposed to Smoke Bomb, or Ninja Vanish. I will explain this in a little bit. So first abilities for Ash is Shuriken. Launches a spinning blade of pain, dealing high damage and impaling enemies to walls. That's pretty fun. It's neat. It's a good little ability. I don't really use it. I only use it if I feel like being a meme, just throwing Shuriken at everything because I can. I prefer using Marked for Death, but also I kind of use it to meme a little bit. As it says, stun an enemy, a portion of the next damage you deal to it will be dealt to all enemies around it. That's pretty neat, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of fun, however inconsistent. Also severely nerfed compared to what it used to be. I wasn't around for what it used to be, but I read a lot of the reviews that saying about the nerf that happened to it and if it's worth having now. Honestly, if you want consistency for this ability, then I would not use Marked for Death. Some of the times I've had for Marked for Death, the damage that it spreads around is very inconsistent, either going from instantly killing their friends to killing maybe one friend. The range is 30 meters, or I guess explosion range is only 10 meters, arguably, so that's a little bit rough. But it's still fun. It's still a fun little meme ability. Teleport. Ash teleports towards a target, bringing him into melee range and marking enemies vulnerable to finishers. Or killing them instantly. That one there is regular teleport. My teleport uses a special augment, one that we will also go into. And Blade Storm. Project fierce shadow clones of Ash upon groups of distant enemies. Join the fray using teleport. That's the fun ability. That's the warehouse liquidation ability. Let's go into his build. So we're starting at the top with Steel Charge. Melee weapon damage increased, 60% additional melee damage. For those who know, I prefer melee weapons. Most of my combat is with melee weapons, so I have an aura to help me with that. Transient Fortitude. Ability strength goes up, duration goes down. For this particular one, because I do not have smokescreen, I don't need to worry about duration. I can actually just suck the life out of duration. As you can see, with it being a whole whopping 17%. Now, why does it not take duration? Why do I not worry about duration? Shuriken is an instant cast, and all you do is throw Shuriken. Marked for Death, it just casts, marks a guy, and there's no duration. From what I'm understanding, it's till they're dead. If it does fade away, it takes actually quite a while for it to fade away. Teleport, no duration, instant. Blade Storm, no duration, only use. To activate the ability, costs nothing. You could go an entire game with Blade Storm activated and not use it, and it will not cost you a single drop of energy. Umbral Intensify and Umbral Vitality together, gets a little bit more strength, to get a little more strength out of it, gets more health out of it. If you want and you feeling like it, you could probably throw in the other Umbral, if you have it, Umbral Fiber in there, but I choose not to. You could be give or take. You could probably get rid of this and throw that in there. And it brings everything else up. It makes things a little bit better. Strength goes down to 244. That's still not a significant loss. You could put it here, be a bit more of a significant loss. But again, not too stressed about it. But then primed flow, gotta have that flow, gotta have that energy. Umbral vitality, more health. We like health. Health is good. Health keeps us from doing the not health thing. This is the ability that I use, or the augment, Fatal Teleport. Teleport will perform a finisher on the target, dealing 200% extra damage. 50% of energy cost is refunded on a kill. So as you see, the extra damage of being 542%. My Ash Prime, the most damage I've seen on a single teleport, which for me, not for all those Warframe pro players out there who probably think, oh, I can do that anytime. I don't need a teleport to do that. For me, the most damage I've seen on a singular enemy when using teleport has been about 600,000 damage. That is 600,000 damage on a poor singular enemy, which is actually quite hilarious when you see a lone Corpus or a lone Grineer, and they're staring hard at you, thinking about how their life led up to this moment, and how it's about to abruptly end. Fleeting Expertise, 60% ability efficiency, and I take another hit to duration. And which is perfectly fair. My efficiency goes up, my duration takes a knock. Oh well. Streamline, more duration. And Blind Rage, which you've seen before. Ability strength goes way up, ability efficiency takes a hit. With Fleeting Expertise, I win a little bit over what Blind Rage takes away from me. So my abilities end up being quite literally in the green. With this particular setup here, you'll see that my Shuriken Drain is practically half. The damage, almost 3 times as much as what it normally is. Marked for Now, talk about the Marked for Death. The Marked for Death I use in paired with Teleport. I will mark a particular enemy for death, teleport to them, and again, this is where the unfortunate inconsistency comes in. That enemy that I teleport to will die. They will die in the worst way, with about upwards of 600,000 damage on themselves. And when Marked for Death wants to work, it will share a portion of that 600,000 damage with the friends around. Now, sometimes they take a good portion and it still ends up killing them, and sometimes it's like I sneezed on them. It's a little inconsistent. And again, that explosion range is of only 10 meters, but it's still, unfortunately, a little inconsistent. But the reason this is mostly a placeholder ability, because I'm currently working on getting myself a Banshee for her Silence ability, because there's a card that I want that will make silenced enemies take significantly more damage, which I will pair with my teleport to make a singular enemy hate their life and wish that they had never grown up in a vat or got up to be Ignorant Specialist in the Corpus. And before you ask, Ignorant Specialist is actually the position of one of my Corpus summons when I call in the boys. I don't remember his first name, I just know that his position was Ignorant Specialist. And over here, we've got Arcane Fury. 60% chance for 60% melee damage to melee weapons. Again, I'm primarily a melee fighter. I only fire my gun if I just to be lazy, or if I see a whole slew of enemies all bundled together and my gun just turns them all into mush. Arcane Ultimatum. On finisher kill, 200 armor for 45 seconds. I am guaranteed armor. Almost on a constant basis, and it is wonderful. I do need to prestige him again, that's why this slot is not filled, but once this slot is filled, sometimes I put in Thief's Wit if I'm going on treasure hunts, but I mostly am going to be putting Power Drift in here, simply because, I do have Agility Drift, don't I? I never use, but Power Drift for that 15% additional ability strength, and plus the additional 30% chance to resist knockdowns. Because again, I am a ninja, and you're always going to come across that one guy who sees ninja coming and lays ninja out on the floor. Now, what energy build should you use for your Ash? Or what focus build? I personally like to run Zeneric because I'm not too stressed for anything. If anything I want is energy. I want energy, and Zeneric is good for that. There are other ones for it. I believe Matarai is good for like Phoenix Talon's physical damage and operator damage increased by 5%, which is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Nariman, melee combo counter now decays while out of combat by 20 for every few seconds instead of depleting completely. So there are definitely better if you want to run melee. I personally am quite fine with Zeneric giving me energy. Makes me happy. I like being happy. Can I get cross-eyed? I cannot.
A lone Tenno operative is raiding this ship for supplies. You are here to distract the enemy.
Sweet.
Trigger the alarm.
Got it. Alright, and here we are going to put into exercise the things we've talked about. We'll hit this, give ourselves a little more energy. Or if you're feeling saucy with it, hit it again, give yourself a little bit more ability power. And then you see in the lower right hand corner, that energy goes up. Good times. What can we queue now? Right out the gate, we're going to go ahead and not hit that button. We're going to go ahead and queue our Blade Storm. Gives us a cool look. We look mean. I like looking mean. And let's get this on the roadshow.
Life support has been cut off. They're trying to choke you out. Hold on. I'm sending auxiliary life support.
So first we have our first victim. Let's see. Who wants to be our first victim? You know what? We have Blade Storm procced. Take a look at everybody. Look at all of them. Let them know their life's about to end horribly and abruptly. See that little proc above their head? That doesn't cost you anything. Using the ability is what costs you. So now, let's see here. Run around. You could do this stealth. Right now we're just doing a showcase. Look at all those lovelies about to die. And just snap your fingers. Calls in the boys. They're all dead. It's wonderful. My energy barely took a knock. Let's hit this guy. Mark him for death. 433,000 damage. It looks like this guy over here died. That's unfortunate. I think that one died too. Let's do it without marked for death. 355,000. Still quite lovely. Oh, but I'm invisible. Let's mark you for death. And look, more of his friends died. It's pretty entertaining. It's a fun ability. It's in my opinion, it's kind of a meme ability. You know, it's great. It's for yucks, but there's definitely better. Now here's another fun thing you can do with Blade Storm. Proc it. Or, I guess, hold on a second. I screwed that up. It wouldn't let me do it. There we go. Proc it and teleport. Oh, they're all dying too quickly. Never mind. They're all dying significantly too quickly for me to use it. There is a fun thing that you can, in fact, do with this. And that is when you proc it on all of these lovely individuals. Maybe that guy might survive. Oh no. There we go. Enter the Assassination Cinematic. Done by proccing your Blade Storm and hoping they survive the onslaught of the boys, as I like to call it, so that you can go and join the fray. It's fun. It's entertaining. Oh yeah, and Shuriken. Shuriken! Shuriken! Now this isn't a wonderful thing. All those abilities I've used, if you'll notice, aside from the energy I pick up, my energy doesn't really take that big of a knock. And you also take a look. This is why I don't run Smokescreen. Why should I? Look at how invisible I am. Look at how invisible I am. It's wonderful. There's no need for Smokescreen.
30-second warning.
404,000 damage. I suppose I should get some oxygen. Which is weird, but you know. But now you get the idea of what makes the Ash build, or at least my particular Ash build, which I don't have a slick name for it. Let's just call it the Liquidation build. So entertaining and so fun. Again, is this a unique Ash build? Probably not. Is this a fun Ash build? Absolutely. Am I a professional warframer? Absolutely not. Am I just an idiot who likes to have a good time? Yes. And of course, with a heavy belief in there's no need to be stealthy if everybody in the room is already dead. Thank you for watching. Excuse me, I had a good outing there! I said if everyone's dead! If everyone's dead! If everyone's dead! If everyone's dead! Okay, there's no need to be stealthy if the entire room is dead. If no one's alive, no one has seen you. That's all that matters! You sons of bitches! I had a really good out! It was perfect, and y'all fucked it up! Well, come here. I'm not done with your corpse yet.